I never started out as a musician. But for as long as I can remember, I've been dancing. My mother actually says often that she thinks because my parents named me Joey, which is like a baby kangaroo, that's why I'm hopping around and jumping around and dancing all the time. I have actually very fond memories of when I was a child. My father would hold my hand and we would, instead of walking from place to place, we would run and jump and skip and hop. And I was dancing all the time. Dancing is something that I've always loved. When I was 11 years old, I did the Nutcracker. I was a tiny mouse and it was my job to claw at Clara and to attack her in this scene at midnight. And I think that was the first strong artistic experience that I had in my life. So because we were dancing with Clara, who was one of the lead dancers in the Nutcracker, it was the first time I saw a professional dancer up close, and it was strong and beautiful, and I was drawn immediately to it. I think in that moment I knew that I wanted to be a dancer. It was very strong, and weeks after I did the Nutcracker, for weeks I was still dreaming of that time we shared together on stage, how beautiful the whole thing was. And I wanted to apply for the art school back then as I finished primary school, but in the end I didn't. I proceeded with the normal path. And I think along the way I kind of forgot about this dream of becoming a dancer. I thought that I would not be able to, or at least not be allowed to. After all, society wants us to become doctors and lawyers and accountants and scientists. But somehow the obsession never stopped. In fact, it increased, I think, during my teenage years. And the teenage years, I think, are fantastic because it's this time in your life where you have time and energy to really do something really obsessively, and you can make so much improvement in that short period of time by putting all your time and energy and effort into it. So that's what I did. I would practice with all my spare time. I was always thinking about dance, about ballet. I was watching videos on YouTube. I was listening to all the music from all the different ballets, learning them, which music comes from which ballet. And I was obsessing over it all the time. I couldn't stop thinking about it. I would imagine myself running up on stage and dancing. I would dream of it. I think every dancer has that dream, or those dreams where you're turning endless pirouettes or you're suddenly extremely flexible. And I was dreaming every night about dance. I wanted to dance on stage. I like it very much still till today. I think it's wonderful. Whereas for music, I only had nerves and anxiety when I had to step on stage to perform. For dance, it was never a problem. I always had such a good energy, adrenaline. I couldn't wait to dance and to give my all to the audience, to connect with them. I didn't get many opportunities to dance on stage in Singapore, but I always savoured it when I had the chance to, and it's something I wish I could do more today, and something that I really, really miss. So as one progresses down the education system in Singapore, it's super normal that the class size for dance, for ballet, it shrinks. So you start with a huge class in primary 1, and in primary 2 it's a bit smaller, in primary 3 it's a bit smaller, and so on and so forth. A lot of people drop out of dance class to focus on their studies, but that is not something that I did. In fact, I think I doubled down. So in university, I ended up dancing 5 times a week while maintaining also a CAP score of 4.71 at the end of 4 years of university. It was not just because it was something that I liked or my hobby, but I think it's because it was absolutely essential for me. Dance gave me a balance from school, and it helped me to think better, it helped me to sleep better, it helped me to clear my mind, and it was really, really, really important for me. I don't think I would have survived without dancing. When I was 20 years old, I did the Nutcracker again, this time dancing as a doll. And I did 4 shows in total. And that was really interesting because then in this experience of doing the Nutcracker, I realized that I did not want to become a ballet dancer as I had previously thought. This was because I thought that doing the 4 shows, and it was only 4, it was not so many, was rather mind-numbing, just having to repeat almost mechanically what you do on stage. I felt like it was difficult to be authentic when you have to wash, rinse and repeat whatever you're supposed to dance. But I still wanted to dance, and I guess at some point it became clear to me that if that was the case, then I would have to create my own opportunities. And so I guess I'm here. Now, I'm a dancer too. I don't think I chose to dance when I was a little girl. I think it chose me. When I dance, I feel at peace with myself. I feel a sense of gratitude for being there in the moment and for being alive. When I dance, I feel like myself. I listen to my body. Dance taught me how to breathe and how to sing. And it has always been there for me, even before I started learning music, even before I started composing. I think I'll continue dancing for as long as I can move, even after the music stops playing.